This morning, the State House of Assembly holds public hearing on bill to establish Akwa Ibom State Microfinance Enterprise Development Agency. 29th International Conference of Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers opens in Rio. And President Muhammadu Buhari again sends 46 names to Senate for confirmation as ambassadors. Details of these and other stories in just a moment. Top of the morning, and thanks for joining us on the news. I am Samuel Udofia. Progress is being made towards the setting up of the Akwa Ibom State Microfinance and Enterprise Development Agency. Stakeholders from the government, the private sector, and financial institutions converged for a public hearing on the Akwa Ibom State Microfinance Enterprise Development Bill 2016 by the Akwa Ibom House of Assembly. Assembly correspondent Udwab Ekong has the details.
The public hearing holds 3 months after the second reading of the executive bill sent to the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly by Governor Udom Emmanuel to fast-track rapid and sustainable industrial development of the state. To ensure that the bill, when passed into law, is an efficient and holistic legislation, stakeholders and experts from relevant sectors were invited to make inputs and contributions. Declaring the public hearing open, the Speaker of the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, Barrister Onofiok Luke, said the bill would promote the establishment of micro, small and medium enterprises across Akwa Ibom. He noted that the bill would encourage entrepreneurship and economic self-reliance and called for quality contributions from the stakeholders that would strengthen the proposed law.
This is aimed at giving a legislative back to the idea that the Excellency has already begun under the auspices of ACIS. The agency which shall be set up by this law will fundamentally harness and incorporate the entrepreneurship activities of these small-scale businesses. The target is to boost the middle class and reduce the gap between the economically empowered and the economically less privileged.
The chairman of the House of Assembly Joint Committee on Industry, Commerce and Tourism, Appropriation and Finance, Agriculture and Natural Resources, and Economic Planning and Development, Elder Markeset, said the agency would create more jobs and opportunities for the youth, while the activities of domestic entrepreneurs would be heightened.
This bill, when passed into law, will attract both domestic and foreign investment as well as promote innovation and entrepreneurial development.
Some of the lawmakers and stakeholders made their contributions towards the bill.
We felt that it's important that we speak with some of the critical stakeholders and see how they can bring their ideas on board at this initiative to make us have a fair law that people can benefit from.
Is it possible for this agency to be duplicated at the local government level?
This law is too important to the Akwa Ibom private sector. We ought to have not less than 3 private sector representatives.
I believe that the agency is a step towards putting in place a structure that will allow micro and medium enterprises in the state to access the various civil intervention funds.
Most of our people say, I need capital, I need a power to go into that business. If there is no business plan, no positive experience.
In an agency like this, the funds realized must be warehoused, and it has to be warehoused in no other place than a pastor with on yours.
I've gone around all the local government districts, and I've seen that this is the only bill that can help us.
There are a number of conflicts here with the use of that ministry. You also know whether the aim is to get this thing completely out from the ministry and give it to this one, whichever one, but the right thing should be done.
The House should look into giving Sweden a chance in the board.
I believe that financing can also develop, but you cannot develop and finance.
Udwakeko reporting.
The Speaker of the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, Barrister Onofio Luke, has said plans are afoot by the 6th Assembly to make a law that would regulate the activities of vigilante services in communities. Barrister Luke was speaking when he received a delegation of a conference of village heads in his office. Udwaikon has details.
Onofio Luke said the proposed law would strengthen community policing and ensure that members of vigilante groups are not persons of questionable character, since their identity and activities would be screened, regulated and monitored by the Nigeria Police and other security agencies. Barrister Luke, who lauded the efforts of village heads in the maintenance of peace and order in their domains, further said the regulation of the activities of vigilantes would check the activities of criminals who hide under the umbrella of vigilante groups to perpetrate crime in the society. Reacting to complaints from the village heads over the destruction of farmlands by cattle rearers, the Speaker urged law enforcement agents to be watchful to prevent further destruction. The leader of the delegation and President Conference of Village Heads in Akwa Ibom, Etidong Mondo Doka, had earlier complained that the grazing activities of cattle rearers were threatening the people's source of livelihood.
Please intervene to ensure that one man's source of livelihood is not linked to destroy another man's source of livelihood.
Udwakeko reporting.
The Secretary to the State Government, Etekambo Morin, has pledged to continually offer selfless service to the less privileged in the society. Sir Omorin was speaking while playing host to the District Governor of Rotary International District 9140, Rotarian Akabum Enebong, who visited him in his office. The report.
Morin expressed appreciation to the District Governor and Rotarians in Akwa Ibom for the honor done him, and assured that he will not relent in contributing towards the ideals and philosophy of the Rotary International. Sir Umarin, who is a Rotarian, enjoined the leadership of the Rotary Club to adequately publicize the programs and activities of Rotary International to members and non-members to create understanding among the people.
Whatever little, in every little where I can be of humanity, the rest assured that I'll definitely continue to do that. In me, for the privileged ones who want to assist. That's basically what it is. Because I have, as a policy, I always make a statement like that. For every young man that is doing well, is a burden less. So that is the way I look at it.
The district governor, Rotarian Akabum Enebong, told the SSG that he was on a working visit to Rotary clubs in Akwa Ibom State, adding that his responsibility as a district governor in charge of 11 states, including Akwa Ibom, is to ensure that Rotary clubs operate in accordance with the international standard of the Rotary International. Rotarian Enebong, who was accompanied by the assistant governor of Rotary clubs in Akwa Ibom State and other officials of the club within Akwa Ibom zone, listed the aims and goals of the organization to include being of service to others, promoting integrity, and building goodwill and better friendships, among others. The district governor, while commending the Rotary clubs in Akwa Ibom for intervening in schools, hospitals, and provision of grants to indigent women to improve their livelihood, also intimated the SSG of the efforts by the club to help in eradicating polio from the face of the earth. He appealed to well-meaning Nigerians to support Rotary International by contributing and joining in the fight against polio.
The purpose of this visit is to ensure that our clubs are doing exactly what Rotary's mission sets out to do. That is to be of service to others, to promote integrity, apparent world understanding, goodwill, and peace through our friendships of business, community, professional and community leaders.
The State Police Command has reminded the public that the ban on the activities of masquerades throughout the state is still in force. The Police Command, in a statement signed by the Public Relations Officer, Cordelia Nwawe, warned against any molestation of innocent members of the public and motorists by the masquerades and advised cultural groups to operate within the law, as leaders of such groups would be held liable for the excesses of their members. The police says it would not wait to see desperate elements parading as masquerades breach the peace and stability of the state, saying any person or group in the guise of cultural, political, or religious association that foments trouble would be made to face the full weight of the law. It advises parents and guardians to advise their wards against being used as cannon fodders by desperadoes and ask members of the public to go about their normal and lawful business without fear, as adequate measures have been put in place to protect their lives and property. Also, the police in the state have frowned against what it calls continuous misuse of vehicle identification plate number by government officials, traditional rulers, and other private persons. The police says continuous covering of plate numbers of these groups of people is not only a violation of relevant laws on car identification, but an encouragement of criminal elements to target and steal such vehicles and or use same to perpetrate crimes of various dimensions. Quoting relevant portions of the Road Traffic Act to buttress points, the police says, effective 1st November 2016, anyone who violates the provisions of the Road Traffic Act will be arrested and the vehicle impounded by the police for possible prosecution. According to the police, only the governor, deputy governor, and the speaker of the State House of Assembly, whose vehicles carry their insignia, are exempted from this warning. Chairman of Local Government Service Commission calls for loyalty, dedication, and transparency as members resume duties. In a moment, stay with us.
Nkantia Sakao Iyayo. It had been explosive, participatory, and a must-watch program on AKBC Channel 45 Uyo. Nkantia Saka is a vernacular program running on the AM belt from Monday through Friday, now 7:30 AM to 9 AM. Tune in to Nkantia Saka on AKBC Channel 45 for this Close to the People program in a local dialect. Tune in to learn about the survey of our local market days, insightful tidbits, revealing health facts, impressive profile of our men, women, and related issues from our communities. Don't miss Nkantia Saka now from 7:30 AM to 9 AM, Monday through Friday. The program remains loaded with local plays and charts in Nemenyan, Tangwaridong, and Brukangi. There are also sporting news, updates, and analysis in a local dialect. Nkantia Sakao Iyayo, now from 7:30 AM to 9 AM, Monday through Friday. You can also sponsor or place your advertisement on this program. For further details, please contact the program coordinator or call 0909 634 5498. Ntantia Sakao, bringing AKBC closer to the people.
You're still watching AM News, and I'm Samuel Udofia. Strategies for surviving the economy in recession by mechanical engineers are top on the agenda at the 29th International Conference and Annual General Meeting of the Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers, currently holding in Uyo. Uyo Kuswa was at the opening of the conference, which has brought together engineers across the country, including Governor Rauf Aregbesola of Osun State, Deputy Governor of Benue State, as well as Director General of the National Automotive Council. The report.
Declaring the conference open, the President, Nigerian Society of Engineers, who was represented by Engineer Tunde Zedomi, commended the Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers for acknowledging their critical role in driving the Nigerian economy and for taking practical steps to update their members with relevant knowledge. He emphasized that it was time engineers wake up to their responsibility of adding value to the economy through technological innovations. Welcoming the participants, the National Chairman of the Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers, Engineer Ugochukwu Nzurumike, and the State Chairman of the institution, Engineer Ekerete Usat, noted that the 2016 conference was designed to evolve new techniques in the profession to achieve results that could impact on the country's development. They also said there will be several hands-on workshops, specialized exhibitions, and practical papers on the products, while assuring that the institution would guarantee participants whose proposals were accepted by the Bank of Industry to aid access of loan facilities. The chairman advised participants to take advantage of the conference to develop themselves.
This year we have decided to incorporate workshops, hands-on workshops, that if any of us, after going through this entrepreneurial mindset, we will go home with ideas that will help you set up your own company, set up your own business, put food on your table.
I want to encourage you to take care of the workshops, attend and give attention to it. At the end of the day, you should be a better mechanical engineer if you were not one.
In a keynote address titled Sustainable Development of Nigeria in the Face of Dwindling Oil Revenue, the Role of the Engineer, the Deputy Governor of Benue State, Engineer Benson Agbonu, noted that no amount of foreign investments can transform the Nigerian economy without a deliberate effort by Nigerians to invest locally by establishing small-scale businesses. Engineer Agbonu said the Nigerian economy would come out of recession quickly when its engineers take the advantage of diversifying into critical areas such as agriculture, solid minerals and metals, and oil and gas, stressing that the present monolithic economy largely dependent on hydrocarbon is exposed to external market shock and unsustainable.
Let it be emphasized that engineers are duty-bound to diversify our economy through value addition to our primary products and through innovations in technology.
Papers were also presented on the Nigerian Industrial Revolution Plan and facilities and asset management, while goodwill messages were received from partners including the Bank of Industries and the Standard Organization of Nigeria. High points of the ceremony were the conferment of special awards and fellowships to deserving engineers and organizations. The 29th International Conference and Annual General Meeting of the Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers, which has the theme Surviving an Economy in Recession, Strategies for Nigerian Mechanical Engineers, will last till October 21. Uyoko Uswa reporting.
Members of the Local Government Service Commission, led by Dr. Valentine Attar, have resumed duties at the headquarters of the Commission. They were received by the Permanent Secretary, Elder Etem Mfon, and directors of the Local Government Service Commission. Speaking, Dr. Valentin Attar commended the staff for the warm reception accorded them. He said the members will be committed to providing congenial atmosphere to encourage efficiency in service, saying punctuality, teamwork, loyalty, and dedication to duty would be the watchword. At the occasion, the office was dedicated by the Bishop of Anglican Church, Uyo Diocese, Right Reverend Prince Asukwo Antia, even as a chairman and the commissioners thanked God during the Commission's weekly solemn assembly. The Commission's chaplain, Pastor Victor Akpan, who spoke on the topic Jesus will interfere, assured the worshippers that Jesus will interfere in their situations. Meanwhile, the chairman of the Local Government Service Commission, Dr. Valentin Attar, has charged members of the Commission to exhibit exemplary character of sincerity, trust, and teamwork in the discharge of their duties. At the inaugural meeting held in his office, Dr. Attar, who described the commissioners as highly experienced technocrats, asked them to show dedication and transparency in whatever they do. He reminded them of the basic responsibility of the Commission, which include appointment, promotion, and discipline, adding, however, that rules, laws, and circulars will be used effectively and presented to each commissioner a copy of local government rules and regulations to guide them for quality service delivery.
To continue doing our work as much as possible. I think we should succeed. Thanks so much. We're going to give your best to this place. Please, we'll be ready. Whichever committee you find yourself, we shall work together. When I need something, I will call you. I can do this in your area. But I must be sure it is something which you can do so that will not put you in a situation where you cannot assist and you will be at this time. So as much as possible, let's do that. And let's try to be truthful to our friends within and outside.
At the meeting, the Permanent Secretary, Elder Etem Mfon, handed over vital documents of the Commission to the Chairman.
Today, I hereby hand over the notes of the Local Government Service Commission to you.
The Director of Administration in the Commission, Mrs. Akpan, in her remarks, thanked God and Governor Udomi Manuel for the appointment of the Chairman and other members of the Commission and promised their cooperation to enable them to succeed. Members of the Local Government Service Commission include Mr. Nsikat Ekong, Mr. Ufot Sunday, Mr. Etuk Eshet, Mr. Justice Ntuk, and Mr. Godwin Eko. The General Overseer of the Word of Life Evangelical Mission Nationwide, Bishop Morris Tom Upong, from Ikoroboedong, Ikorekone Local Government Area, is dead. He was 69 years. Bishop Upong began his life as an electronic engineer until he was called into the Lord's vineyard as an evangelist, where he rose to the position of a bishop. A funeral statement from the family shows that the late Bishop Morris Upong had served as Chairman, Christian Association of Nigeria, Ikorekone Chapter, Chairman, Prisons Ministers Forum, and Advisor, Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, Akwa Ibom State. The statement signed by Obong Ofon Morris Upong, his wife, the Reverend Naomi Upong, indicates that the late Bishop Upong would be buried today, Friday, 21st October 2016, after a funeral service by the Assemblies of Charismatic Ministers and Bishop, the World of Faith Evangelical Mission. The funeral service will hold at Methodist Central School, Ikoroboedong, opposite UBA, Ikorekone, by 10 o'clock this morning. He is survived by a wife, children, and a host of relations, including the Reverend Naomi Upong, Mrs. Nsisong, Mrs. Diana Basiobot, Mrs. Ekerebong Alfred, Master Obongofon Upong, among others. The statement invites sympathizers to join in praying in paying the late Bishop Upong a final respect. And now on to national and international news. President Muhammadu Buhari has sent 46 names to the Senate for confirmation as ambassadors. And Hillary Clinton floors Donald Trump in the final presidential debate as Americans prepare to vote on November 8th. Samuel Ayera has details.
President Muhammadu Buhari has sent 46 names to the Senate for confirmation as ambassadors. Senate President Bukola Saraki read the President's letter on the nominees to the Senate during Thursday's plenary. Among those on the list are Usman Bugaje, Yusuf Tugo, Musa Ibeto, Suleiman Hassan, Olorimbe Mamura, Jamila Suka, Pauline Talen, and Major General George Umo. Meanwhile, confirmation of the 47 career foreign service officers earlier submitted for consideration as ambassadors by President Buhari is still hanging at the Senate. US-based international oil company ExxonMobil has divested its downstream operations in Nigeria following acquisition of 60% equity at Mobil Oil Nigeria PLC by NIPCO PLC, an indigenous downstream oil and gas company. In a message to the Nigerian Stock Exchange on Wednesday, the management of Mobil Oil Nigeria PLC said the Nigerian entity has been informed by its majority shareholder, ExxonMobil Oil Corporation, that it has agreed to sell its shares, representing 60% of Mobil shares, to NIPCO. The value of the equity has not been disclosed due to the confidential clause in the agreement between the two companies. And on the foreign scene, Democratic Party presidential candidate Hillary Clinton won the final presidential debate, topping Republican Party's Donald Trump by a 13% margin, according to a CNN ORC poll debate watchers, giving Clinton all three of this year's presidential debates. Half of voters who watched Wednesday's debate said Clinton agreed with them more on the important issues, while 47% thought Trump did, even as a wider margin felt Clinton had better understanding of issues and was prepared to handle the presidency. Trump was again seen as spending more time on the attack, which many said were unfair, even as the educated white population with at least college degrees were seen supporting Clinton when they described Trump's stance on immigration as unrealistic. Throughout the debates, both candidates made efforts to present each other as unqualified for the White House job. North Korea on Thursday morning fired a missile that appears to have failed, according to the United States and South Korean militaries. It was the country's second failed missile launch in a week and fifth time the attempted launches in the past 2 months, as 3 ballistic missiles were fired in September towards the Sea of Japan. The U.S. Strategic Command said it detected the new missile, which may have been a Musudan intermediate-range projectile, on Wednesday. Condemning North Korea for continuously conducting illegal provocative acts, the South Korean Joint Chiefs of Staff, in a statement, said they were thoroughly prepared for any possibility of additional provocation.
And now to end the news, the top stories. Progress is being recorded towards the setting up of the Akwa Ibom State Microfinance and Enterprise Development Agency. Stakeholders from the government, the private sector, and financial institutions converged for a public hearing on the Akwa Ibom State Microfinance Enterprise Development Bill 2016 by the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly. Also, the State Police Command has reminded the public that the ban on the activities of masquerades throughout the state is still in force. That's our package. You can also watch AKBC TV News online by logging on to akbconline.org or follow us on Twitter at AKBC450 or on Facebook at AKBC Channel 45. That's our package. Up next is Ntiantia Saka. Have a good morning.